Now, let's start now our new lesson, which is talking about the trigonometric ratios. As I told you before, trigonometry, it's a branch in math, as we have an algebra, we have geometry, we statistics, probability, calculus, we have trigonometry. Now, there are 6 common ratios that we may use them in grade 9 and grade 10. But up to now, the 3 common ratios, they are sine, cosine, and tan. The sine is the opposite over hypotenuse. What do I mean? Which side is the opposite and which side is the adjacent? How do I know that? It depends on the angle. So, as an example, if I need to find now the measure or the sine of angle A here. So, here is angle A. Now, the opposite side for angle A is BC. And the hypotenuse or the hypotenuse is an AB. So the sine of A is going to be written as BC over AB. Now, the second one here, we have an cosine of A. How can I find the cosine here? For cosine A is adjacent over the hypotenuse. Which side is an adjacent for angle A? It is an AC over AB, which is the hypotenuse. So to find cosine of A, it's an AC over AB. And the last one here, which is the tangent. The tangent, in general, its formula is sine over cosine. So if you divide an opposite over hypotenuse by an adjacent over hypotenuse, as I told you yesterday, they will be cancelled. So that's why the tan is an opposite over adjacent. So remember now, for tan A, its opposite is BC and its adjacent is AC. This was what we took yesterday. Now, here now I need to find sine of x. So sine of x, what's the ratio for sine of x? It is an opposite over hypotenuse. Like for angle x here now, which side is the opposite?
A over C.
A over
C.
A over C.
I'm sorry, just a minute, but I did something wrong here. So sine of x now, it's an opposite, which is A, over the hypotenuse, which is C. But what about now cosine of x here? For cosine of x, what is the ratio for cosine of x?
Adjacent over hypotenuse.
Adjacent over hypotenuse. Which side is adjacent?
B.
Over what?
C.
Over C. Thank you. Right. Now tan. What's a tan?
A over B.
A opposite over
adjacent.
Adjacent. Is it clear?
Yes.
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 Now next. Now, for exercise 24-29, find each value. Now, I need to find sine of x. Angle x here. What is its sine?
Sorry to interrupt, but what page?
It's an
466.
What is the sine of, what is the sine of x here?
It's 2 over 2 square root of 7.
Excellent. It's 2 over 2 square, sorry, let's repeat it here. Over.
Miss, is this a rule?
For what?
For how did you get x?
Angle x is given here. Okay. What is the ratio for sine of x? It's an opposite over
okay, and then
the hypotenuse.
Okay, the opposite.
Okay. So here now, it's 2 over 2 square root of 17. Now, here in case, I want you to know that in math, we can't keep the denominator or the square root in the denominator. It must be simplified. In order to simplify it here, I want to multiply it by this. This one, I will not ask you to do it. You will take it, inshallah, in grade 10. But here now, you will multiply by square root of 17 over square root of 17. That's why if you try it on your calculator, you will find this answer. From where they get it? You must, in order to cancel the square root, they multiplied by the square root itself. So what do I have now here? I have 2 cancel 2. So I have the answer as square root of 17 over 17. Okay, so if you divide by your calculator 2 square root of 17 over, 2 over 2 square root of 17.
I got 0.24.
Okay, but SD with a fraction, it's square root of 17 over 17.
يعني miss, if we write 0.24, is it correct?
No, it's everything, yes, it's wrong. If you keep it also as square root of a 1 over square root of 17, it's also correct, but it's not in the simplest form.
But what do you want in the exam?
You can write, if it is, as I told you, if it is writing question, you can keep it as decimal, you can keep it to the square root. If it is MCQ and the choice is only in square root, you should convert it.
طيب miss يعني now I just divided 2 over 2 square root of 17.
Yes. Yeah, هلا see, miss, I want to show you something. That's why, from where the calculator got this number, I want to just to show you. So the calculator, they give you this answer. I want to show you from where we got this answer.
Yes.
Okay? So let's continue here now as sine of x as 2 over 2 square root of 17. And I can simplify 2 with 2. So it's 1 over square root of 17. Right. Now what about cosine y? How can I find cosine y?
8 over 2 square root of 17.
Now see here. For cosine y here, or for angle x, sorry. What is the I am in 25 now, sorry. For cosine of x, what is the cosine formula?
Opposite over adjacent.
Thank you,
Adjacent
Batul.
over hypotenuse.
It is for x, it's an adjacent without writing because there's no time. It's an adjacent over hypotenuse. So, Batul, can you tell me now which one is the adjacent for x?
The adjacent for x is 8.
8 over
2 square root of 17.
2 square root of 17. Thank you.
Teacher, in the sign I didn't get 1 over squared 17. I
You-
got squared 17 over 17.
Yes, Mo, that's one I simplified for you before.
طب يعني which way? There's 3
Both are
ways now.
correct. Both are correct, but this the one that's in calculator is in the simplest form. So I can write it now here as a square root of 17 over 17.
Okay.
Let's continue now here. It's an 8 over 2 square root of 17. Simplify it now here. So it's a 4 over square root of 17, which means that it's 4 square root of 17 over 17. But now I will not simplify it because it's hard to write them all in using my screen. So let's keep it as 4 square root of 17. But just in case, this is not the simplest form. طيب, tan of 60 now. Who would like to answer? Arish.
Okay, I'll answer.
Yes, Arish. Tan of x.
Tan is sine over cosine. صح? Which is like
Tan.
opposite over adjacent.
Excellent. So what is the opposite for angle x here?
X, I think opposite he 8.
Opposite for x. Oh,
لا
this is
wait, 2,
opposite.
2.
2, bravo. 2 over
2 over 8.
2
لا.
over 8, which is
Okay.
equals to 1 over
Over 4.
طيب. Now, sine of y. Now, let's choose Yumna.
Yes.
Yes, Yumna. Sine y.
So 8 over 2 square root of 17.
Y, its opposite is 8. Bravo. Over
2
2
square root of 17.
square root of 17. Now we can simplify it more here. Divide by 2. It's 1. Divide by 2. It's 4. So it's an 4 over square root of 17. Right. Now, Mace, cosine y.
So we have for cosine adjacent over hypo.
Okay.
So it's gonna be 2 over 2 square root of 17.
Excellent. 2 over 2 square root. So it's an 2 over 2 square root of 17.
Is it 1 over square? No, 1 over square root of 17.
Yes. And I can also simplify it more as square root of 17 over 17. Right. Now the
So
last one
which
here,
one is better?
the last one, the circled one. This is the simplest form.
Okay.
Right. Let's
Teacher?
choose. Yes.
If I wrote it as 1 over the square root of 17, is it considered correct?
Yes, yes, correct. It's like when you write 2 over 8. It's correct. It's the same as 1 over 4. But 1 over 4 is the simplest form of 2 over 8. But both are correct.
So, teacher, how did we get square root of 17 over 17?
This one here, you will...
Calculator.
Okay, but in order to find it, as I have here a square root of 5, a 1 over square root of 5. Okay, I can't keep the square root on the denominator. This is not the simplest form. So what I will do now, I'll multiply now by the square root. This one, you will take it in grade 10, inshallah. You will multiply in order to cancel the square root. You multiply it by another square root of the same number. And up, you write the same number. So if you look at it at all, it's a square root of 5 over square root of 5, which is equal to 1. So you didn't change anything. You just multiply it by 1. But now it's square root of 5 over 5. Then the square root, once you multiply them, the square cancel the square root here. So in the denominator, you have 5. And up, you have the square root of 5. So in this case, once you multiply it by square root of 5 over square root of 5, you just move the square root from the denominator to the numerator.
Okay,
Okay?
thank you.
You're welcome. Right. Now I want, after still I have 10y. So, Lamar.
اوكي سو في عنا tan y so tan هو opposite لا لحظة شوي إلا opposite over adjacent
Which
so
is
8 over 2 صح؟
8 over 2. Excellent. Which equal
which is 4
now look at the sine of x and cosine of y. What's the relationship between them?
kind of
Sine of
They
x
are opposite.
and cosine of y.
The
I
same.
repeat, 24, number 24,
They are
and number
same.
28. What's the relation between them?
The
نفس
same.
الشيء.
They are the
the
same.
same
Right, what about 27 and 25?
The
Also
same.
the same.
the same
They are also the same. What can we conclude now? That if just a minute, let's choose about please. Just a minute, please. I want to search what can I find.
Sorry, I can't hear you.
Just a minute. I'm going to say anything.
Okay.
I didn't find the right word. It's okay. In general now, but I want to show you that if we have if angle X and Y are complementary angles. What do I mean by complementary angles? That their sum is what?
90.
90. So
90.
angle X plus angle Y equals to 90. That what's going to be conclusion now? That sine of X is the same as cosine of 90
Okay.
minus X. And cosine of X is equal to sine of 90 minus X.
Miss,
Yes?
how did you know they're complementary angles? Is it because they have like the same final answer?
Yeah. Wait, look at the, see Arish here. If you look at the triangle, if I know that this angle is 90, okay? And the sum of the all angles are 180. So if
Yes.
one of them is 90, the other two angles must be what? Their sum?
90.
90. Excellent. So X plus Y are 90. Oh, this is will happen in all right angles. One of the angles is right, so the other two angles, their sum will be complementary, will be 90. So in right triangle, one angle is 90, and the sum of the other two angles is 92. Is 90, sorry. So here, what does it mean now? That the sine of angle X is the same as cosine of angle Y, of the second angle. And the cosine of angle X is the same as sine of angle Y. So that's why here, sine of X sine of X now equals to what? Cosine of 90 minus X. So how can I find it now? How can I find sine of 40 as an example? What I will do now, if I ask you now to find sine of 40, I'll just switch sine with cosine, then I will subtract I'll ask myself, which angle is complementary with 40, which is 50, and I will subtract 90 minus 40, which gives me 50. So the sine of 40, try it now in your calculator. Try sine 40, try cosine 50, you will find them equal. If I ask you about sine of 20, it's the same as cosine of what?
70.
70, excellent. I'll subtract 90 minus the given angle. That's why here I wrote for you sine of X, sine of 10 as an example, is the same as cosine of what? 90 minus X. I mean 90 minus the given one here, which is 10. So the cosine of what? 80. Thank you. And the same for the other one. If I ask you about cosine of 85, it's the same as sine of what? Who can tell me?
5.
5.
5.
5. Excellent. Cosine of 75 or let's say like 60 is the same as sine of
30.
30. Is it clear?
Yes.
Yes.
So if I ask you now, which from these are is equal to sine of 40? It's not cosine of 40. It's not tan of 40. The one that's equal to sine 40 is cosine 50.
Yes.
Is it clear? So when this happens,
But
it happen only if the sum of the angles are 90. So what I will do now,
Miss, we
I
have
will
to
switch
memorize this.
sine.
يعني miss always صح؟
Yes.
كلهم right angles.
Yes. If you switch, so what we're going to do now, switch sine with cosine and write the angle, might subtract 90 from the given angle, you will know what the second angle will be.
هلا miss لازم يكونوا different angles.
You know, sometimes it can be sine 45 equals to cosine 45.
لا I meant يعني مثلا angle y and angle x always, not يعني angle x and angle x.
Angle X and angle Y, yes.
Okay.
Is it clear?
Miss, we have to memorize الكتبتيه يعني sine
No,
40
just
equal cosine 50.
No, Arish, see. If I ask you sine 83, okay? What I
Mhm.
will do? Cosine of 90 minus 83, okay? Which is cosine of 70. Of 7, sorry.
Mhm.
Okay, so Arish, if I ask you now to find cosine of 26, it's equal to what? You will
Sine
cosine with
90
sine.
minus
أيوة, 90 minus
26,
26, excellent.
which is 64.
Which is equal to sine of 64. Is it clear?
Yes.
Okay. Next one. Now, I will show you here how can I find the sine and the cosine and the tan for the special angles 30, 45, and 60. And as I told the other class, your friends in the other classes, when I was at school, the calculators was not allowed. So this measure of the angles 30, 45, 60, 90, 180, 270, 0, we must memorize them. We must know them. Okay, and I will show you now from where we know, from where they got that, the measure of sine. If you try in your calculator, sine of 30, that gives you 1 over 2. From where they get this 1 over 2? From where they get that the sine of 60 is square root of 3 over 2? How do you know that? I will show you now here as a proof from where we know that the cosine and the sine and the tan are for the special angles 45, 30, and 60. Look at my screen here first. Here I have the triangle, which is the 45, 45, 90. I'm talking about the first triangle here. So for this one here now, here I have 45, 45, 90. How can I find now? Once, what they will do, they say that if we assume now for this angle here, if they are both are 45, if we assume that one side length is 1, the side length is 1. And so because they are 30, 45, the second side length will be what? Remember that both are 45. So the second angle is
be
what?
1.
Is 1. Excellent. And the hypotenuse will be, remember,
1 square root of 2.
1 of
1
square root
square
of
root
2.
of 2. Excellent. So it will be here square root of 2. And the same for will happen with 30, 60, 90. If we assume that the opposite of 30 or the sine, the side length is 1, so the hypotenuse will be double of it, which is 2 times 1. And here it will be x times square root of 3, which means 1 by square root of 3. These numbers now are constant for this one, which is here I'll use the unit triangle. If the side is 1 in the first triangle and the second one, if the shortest side is 1, I'm going to use the the ratios that we talked about it before in lesson 6 in order to find the other side length for the hypotenuse and for the longest side. Now, how can I find the sine and cosine and tan for them? Let's start now with sine. Here now. For sine, 45. Sine of 45 now, it's an opposite over what? Hypotenuse. Look at any of 45, both are correct. For 45, what is the opposite side?
1 over square root of 2.
1 over square root of 2. Excellent. Write square root here. Okay. It's a 1 over square root of 2. Or by using the way that I showed you before, it's 2 over square root of 2. Right. Now, how can I find now cosine of 45? Who can help me? Cosine of 45.
Teacher,
Yes?
Teacher
it
house?
should be square root of 2 over 2, صح?
Ah, sorry.
Yes.
Yes, yes. Oh my God. Okay, just a minute. It's a square root of 2 over 2. Oh, sorry. Thank you. Type now cosine of 45
1 over square root of 2.
of 2, which is the same as square root of 2 over 2.
Over 2.
Type. What about now sine of sorry, tan of 45?
1 over 1.
1 over 1.
1
Excellent.
over 1.
So tan of 45, it's equal to 1.
1.
Yes. So now here, if you try now on your calculator, sine of 45, it's a square root of 2 over 2. Cosine of 45, it's a square root of 2 over 2. And tan of 45, it's equal 1. This is constant. Okay?
Okay.
Fine. Let's go now to find the sine of 30. Sine of 30.
1 over 2.
1 over 2. Thank you. What about cosine of 30?
Square root of 3 over
Square root of 3 over 2.
Thank you. Right, now the last one. What about tan of 30?
1 over
1 over square root
1
of 3.
over
1
square root
over
of 3.
square root of 3, which is equal to
square root of 3 over 3.
square root of 3 over 3. Now the last one, the 60 here. Cosine of, sorry, sine of 60. It's equal to,
Cosine of 30.
excellent. It's the same as cosine of 30. But let's prove that from the table here, from the triangle, sorry. Sine of 60 is an opposite over hypotenuse. It means that it's a square root of 3 over
3 over 2.
the square root of 3 over 2. So if you compare
The
it,
same thing.
this أيوة sine of 60 is the same as cosine of 30. طيب, what about now sine of cosine of 60? It's equal to what?
Sine of 30.
Sine of
Sine of
30.
30, which is 1 over.
1 over 2.
And tan of 60 here will be opposite over adjacent, which is
Square root of
Square
3
root of
over
3 over 1.
Square root of 3 over 2.
over
لا.
1.
Over 1.
Over 1.
Over 1. So as I told you, all
يعني square root of 3.
yes. As I told you now, all of these angles, before you must memorize them, but now you have calculator. So no need to memorize them. If you want, it's up to you. But I want you just to, just in case to know, if you find that cosine of 45 is the square root of 2 over 2, you can imagine from where we get the square root of 2, or from where we get the square root of 3 over 2 in sine 60.
يعني just to know.
Just to know, yes, here's like proof, okay, in order to show you from where we get tan 30 as an example, square root of 3 over 3.
Will you bring questions like that?
You'll use calculator, like this question here.
Like the examples we solved.
Yes, exactly. So here now, if I ask you to find, just a minute. Now this one, I'll come back to it. This one here, if I ask you to find sine of 30, what sine of 30?
Cosine of 60.
I mean, what's the value using your calculator?
It's 1 over 2.
It's 1 over 2. Excellent.
How
So I
did
want
you
to
know?
your calculator, using your calculator, yeah, Alma. So it's 1 over 2. Type cosine of 60.
1 over 2.
Sine of 45.
Square root of 2 over 2.
Excellent. Square root of 2 over 2. Type tan of 45.
1.
1. Good job. Cosine of 30.
Square root of 3 over 2.
Square root of 3 over 2. And the last one here, tan of 60.
Square root of 3.
Square root of 3.
طيب miss, how do we know if we want to find يعني its value or like the opposite angle?
You mean the ratios? The fraction one?
I mean, if we have sine 30, we have also cosine 60, right?
Okay. Like number 36 here. If I ask you to find, if I give you sine 30, I will ask you write another expression using cosine. So in this case, you will tell me that it's cosine 60. But here I ask you to find the value.
Okay.
So the value tell me as a number. Right. Now number 36 here. Write an expression for cosine 68 using sine. So
Sine
cosine of
22.
68
Sine 22.
is sine of
22.
22. Good job. Type the second one. Sine of 44 is the same as cosine of
46.
46. Thank you. Is it clear?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, before we finish the first session here, I want just in case to show you now that just to imagine here that when you add just in case to show you that the table for the tangent and the sine and cosine, okay, this one that when I was at school they give it to us, gonna use it in the exam. If I need to find the sine and the cosine for any of the given angles in order to solve the triangle, here I have to use this table as you see in my screen here. That as an example, if I ask you to find sorry, just a minute. If I ask you to find as an example here, for 42 as an example here, okay? If sine of 42 is 0.669, cosine of 42 is 0.743, and tan of 42 is 0.9. This one, if I need to solve it, as I told you, the calculator was not allowed, so they give us this table, this table chart, in order to find the sine, cosine, and tan for the angles.
Miss, هو memorizing or there is a way, like there is a number for sine and there is a number for cosine?
What do you mean?
يعني cosine يعني is it a number صح؟
Yeah.
يعني do we memorize it and solve
No.
it in a specific way?
No, I will use it. When I use the cosine, I will use the sine. I will show you.
يعني يعني just memorized it before صح؟
Just to know what is the ratio. And if you need, no, this table I want to show you, you can find sine of 40 using your calculator. But when I was at school, I can use this table. Okay, and why I show it to you, I think just there's only 1 minute left. I'll show you next session. Why will I use, what is the, I want to show you something, what's the domain or the range for sine, for cosine, and for tan. But this session will be finished now. I'll give you 5 minutes break, then I will join for you in order to finish our lesson. Okay, so take 2 minutes break. And rejoin us to start our next session. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah. Bye bye.